Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you read from the title, these are my top favorites for 2018. So let's begin. The first thing I truly love and use all the time, my HP Sprocket. This is all the pictures you've seen on my bullet journal. I can show you some that I put on my bullet journal. So as you can see, almost every single spread has a picture on it, and it's because I love my sprocket. So the pictures come out perfect. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the color, with any of it. I mean, they are beautiful. You can even do like borders and stuff. That was my husband's birthday. Let's spot him on YouTube. Me and Arabella. I obviously cut it up, but I love it. Here's Nina, and I put a border around it. So love it, and I can't say enough that I love it. So here's my first thing that I love. The second thing I love is my $5 bullet journal. Yes, you heard it correctly. I bought at Michael's for $5. They're artist loft bullet journals from Michael's. So I purchased this for $5. I brought a bunch of them because I figured they would go very quickly. So I brought, first one I tried out was this one, which it was the bullet one. And then for 2019, you guys seen some videos. I brought the grid one. So I'm testing them out both. I think that's the only grid one I brought. The rest I did buy just bullet. Just to test it out and see how I like it. So far it's okay. Makes things straight, not crooked. But as you can see, it's beautiful, it's perfect, it holds pretty well, the pages hold pretty well. You do have like a sort of a tint of shading on the next page, but not that much. If you can see from my Tombow brushes, I've done watercolor on this, and the watercolor holds up. I'll show you right now. Here's my watercolor. This is the watercolor. So it did pretty well. It didn't uh, bleed through or anything. Just a little ghost through just a little bit. I mean, I didn't use a dark color, so that might be the reason, but I mean, for what we do on our bullet journals, I think is perfect. I mean, this is watercolor right here. These were watercolors, so these bled through depending on how much water you put through. So if you use a lot of water, like this one was my first one and I had a lot of water, it did bleed through. So it's based on how much actual water you use. Most of it did not go through if I didn't put a lot of water. So beautiful. $5. It lasted all year. The binding, the elastic. I mean, and this goes with me everywhere, every single day. Work, home, back. Every day I open it up at work. I open it up at home, because you know I live in that. So that's the second. The third would be my Tombow brushes. I have all the Tombow brushes, and when I say all, I mean all 100 and whatever amount of Tombow brushes there is. So I have a load of Tombow brushes. Here's some. I'm not gonna take out my whole drawer, but love, love, love my Tombow brushes. The next one I can show you is my date stamper. So here is my date stamper, and it goes all the way to 2028. So I purchased it on wish.com. Yes, wish.com. It came with this. It came with the little thing to put it in. And this thing has, I love it. I've been using it, I want to say since February. Let's see how dirty it is. February, May, January, so November, I used it in 2017. Yeah, so I got it back in 2017 sometime. So I love my date stamper. That is awesome. Actually, it was $1 for this and $1, I think, for shipping. The next thing I love is my ruler. This is the #1 ruler I run to. It's the first one I grab. I have several different rulers. Got another one somewhere around there, but for the size and for my bullet journal, this is the one I always grab, the clear one. Not sure why. I think it's because of the grid in between. I hardly grab this one. This one is very heavy. I hardly grab that one. This is the #1 that I grab. Next thing would be my VersaFine waterproof ink. Love this. This is the Onyx Black. I've had this for 2 years. I haven't had to re-ink it or anything. It works perfect with watercolor. Works perfect on my bullet journal. Doesn't bleed through. Works perfect on my Bible journaling. Doesn't bleed through. Love it. The next thing I want to show you are my gold and silver and white pens. So these I brought from Amazon. They're called Uniball Signal. And these are the best pens I ever purchased. They flow beautiful. They don't get stuck with the ink and stuff like that. These are awesome. I love these. The next ones would be my Micron PN, and they come in a pack of 6, and it's black, blue, like a light blue, purple, red, and brown. And usually I would write with these if I want like a pop of color, because I know if I'm going to do watercolor, this will last forever because it's archival ink. So it's waterproof, fade proof, that kind of stuff. I like it because the tip is very different from their other ones. I hate using the one that I actually have one. The tip is very fine because I write very heavy, so it'll be like, not this one, sorry, wrong one. Micron makes the pen. I actually have some. I don't know. There are like this in like 5 different sizes. I tend to squeeze it, and next thing you know, I'm buying another pen. So I like the PNs because of the fact of the plastic nibs on it. And I think that's what PN probably stands for, which is so funny. The next one on my 2018 list are, of course, is the Tombow, I forget what these called, calligraphy pens. So I have the dark brown one, which is a little softer nib. And I have the blue one, which is a little bit harder nib. Love these. I always go for them every now and then. The next one is my Uniball Signal Micro 207. This pen is beautiful. It is waterproof, fade proof, all kinds of proof. You can tell because I have a daylight light bulb. It comes out in brown instead of black, but it's actually black. And this pen, I just purchased it probably like 2 months ago, and it is the #1 pen I tend to grab. The next thing would be my watercolors. So I got my brushes. These are the ones that I tend to grab first, as you can see. This is an 8, a 12, and this is just a Target brand, and it's just a large round. So I'm pretty sure it's bigger than 12. It's probably like a 14 or an 18. And these are the ones that I tend to grab first. So I got this at a pack at Target. And then these I grabbed actually from Amazon. It was a pack for like a couple of dollars. So it was perfect for as cheap as it got. I was just starting to do watercolor, and I wanted all different round brushes so I can see like which one is my favorite before I go spending money on brushes. The next thing I have for watercolors is my Prima colors. So I got all 3 or 4 of them. I got the tropical, I got the other one, I forget what they're called. I do have it in here. It should just pull it out. So I got tropical, the classics. So I got the tropical and the classics. But what I ended up doing was I combined them all into one container instead of putting them in separate containers. So this is the one that I tend to grab the most because the tropical and the classics have similarities on some of them. So of course I took them out and I put them in here. And in here I have, what do I have? I have the 3 that I really didn't want from the Primas. And then I have my Van Goghs. But I don't grab this one. What I grab is the one with all the colors. So I tend to grab this one the most because it has all the colors in it, obviously. So I love this. And the next one I tend to grab a lot is this one when I'm doing my either Bible journaling or Bible, anything that has to do with my Bible, anything. I tend to grab this one first. And this one, I actually brought the tubes, a pack of 12 in Amazon for like $5 or less than $5. They stink, have a horrible smell to them, but I love them. It's like so weird because this is the cheapest paint I purchased, and it's the first paint I purchased. So I wanted to try watercolor, so I purchased the tubes, obviously. I purchased the container because I thought it would be cute because it holds 12 and I can just empty out the tube. And I purchased the brushes. So I think I spent less than 10 bucks on everything. So for just to try it out, make sure I like what I'm doing before I go spending money, I thought it was great. The only thing is, of course, if they do smell, they have a toxic smell to it, which is kind of weird. But no one messes around with those except for me. And my last thing that I like is my Vision Mixed Media book. It is a 98 pounds, 70 pages, a 5.5 by 8.5. I got this at the art store in Bridgeport. We have an art store in Bridgeport, and I love this book. I love it because it has a thick back to it. The pages crinkle a little bit, but not as bad as the other one that I bought from Walmart. So I do like this one better. That one I'm using for swatching my colors and whatever I purchase. But that is all, I think. Yes, that is all that I like for 2018. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and have a great 2019. Bye, guys.